People in your 3D are reflecting back to you your own belief assumptions and your dominant thoughts, your dominant imaginal acts, basically everything that is going on in your imagination, and they are showing you what you are currently manifesting. And this is important to understand because it's not just your SP that is reflecting back to you your either your affirmations or your old stories about them. Everyone else, just like everything else, like for example, your bank account, your health, your weight, your job, and everything else that you are dealing with in your life, people too are reflecting back to you what you are currently manifesting. And this can mess with your mind if you let it. And a lot of times people don't pay attention to the fact that that is also part of the things that you are manifesting. Now, when I say that people are reflecting back to you your own assumptions, it is your assumptions about yourself first. So there's a lot of self-concept involved in how people talk to you, how people treat you. And then the specific assumptions that you have about that person. A lot of times it is also general assumptions that we have about that type of people, men, women, people that work in that type of job, etc. We sometimes do have these generalizations about groups of people, which is also an assumption that has to manifest. And if these generalizations and general assumptions, if they are not pleasant for you, they are going to manifest not so pleasant situations. And this is very important because you deal with people a lot, and mostly again because of self-concept, etc. In this video we're going to talk about how to deal with it and what to take from it. So the 3D is there, you're experiencing it, and you are only experiencing what you are assuming, whether you are aware of your assumptions or not. If you're not aware of what assumptions you are holding, they are right in front of you in the 3D, and mostly in the form of people. People are messengers in reality. They are telling you what you are assuming, mostly about yourself. So I mentioned a specific person. When we are manifesting a specific person, we are very much aware of how they are treating us, what limiting beliefs we have about them, past experiences, etc. It's a lot of self-concept, etc. But I have some people who are clients and viewers who comment under my videos that they are working on self-concept specifically, and sometimes rude people happen. And for example, how to deal with that. Even if you are not specifically only working on your self-concept right now, this is actually quite an easy place to start. It's not the most pleasant thing to deal with, but it's an easy place to start. So by the way, before I start talking about how to deal with it and what self-concept, etc., it's not just that. It is also when, let's say, for example, you're manifesting a job, you're manifesting specific people, you are manifesting weight or body related different reality, right? You have friends, you have family, you have other people that you know who are asking you about it. And I often get asked how to deal with these people who ask me about the thing that I'm manifesting. Maybe they don't know that I'm manifesting, but I'm in this situation. And when I talk about it, it gets me into the 3D. So I start affirming the 3D, and I become aware of the lack of my manifestation. So what to do? The best thing you can do is actually, yes, not to talk about it, because when you talk about it, it's just affirming the story out loud. So first of all, you yourself never start the conversation. And when you have other people continuously making you aware of the fact that this thing is still not there, cut it short. I know that this is a very 3D thing to do, but just for the sake of not focusing on it, cut it short. Say something like, oh, you know what, I'm working on it. It's going okay. I will tell you if there is news. Usually I used to do that. Apart from that, sometimes you have people who are really just making you aware of the problems that you are dealing with. Like, for example, and this is something that I hear a lot from clients who are manifesting specific people, like friends who are telling you, oh, that person is not good for you. You deserve so much better. You will find someone better. You let them go. This is not working. They are this, they are that. Take all that as your own assumptions. Just like I said before, everything that anyone is telling you is your own assumption. The things that you hear from people that you don't like, take that as them telling you what limiting beliefs you have about that topic. Like, for example, you might have people who are constantly talking about how bad the economy is. What assumptions are you holding about economy in also mostly in relation to your own money? Do you think that you can't make more money because of the economy, because the economy is bad, etc.? What are people telling you about, for example, weight loss? Oh, you need to eat this and that, and you need to work out this much in order to lose weight. That's the only way to lose weight. What assumptions are you holding? Why are you becoming aware of that belief? There's something in you that says, hey, are you manifesting weight loss? Do you want to manifest it easy? Please get rid of this limiting belief that you have, that you need to work out in this manner and eat these things and not eat these things and completely avoid this or that in order to manifest. What are your assumptions? So in this sense, this was what I meant when I said it's an easy place to start, because people are literally showing you what you are assuming. Now back to probably the most important thing about this, which is self-concept. Why do I always say self-concept is the most important thing? Because your self-concept manifests everywhere and with everyone and in every situation. You are manifesting through your concept of self. You are experiencing the world the way that you think and believe of yourself. So I am going to give you an advice on how to deal with it, how to solve the problem. Actually, it's just a technique to do. When you are dealing with difficult people, but difficult people can also be nice people who are just continuously making you aware. Well, people are not being difficult, and I'm going to tell you why. But it is being experienced like that people are constantly making you aware of the things that you don't like, or people are just not treating you kindly. I want to read something from a lecture of Neville Goddard. The lecture is called The Pruning Shears of Revision. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this lecture. It's all about revision, and I am going to link my video about revision in the description box below. Please make sure to watch that, because that's the video where I go in depth with revision and the different ways of using revision and the reasons you might want to try it out, and the fact that it's not as difficult as it sounds, etc. I am not going to talk about revision in this video in the way that I talk about it in the other video. From this lecture, although I'm going to mention it now, I have already started talking about revision. I'm going to read this part where he talks about people. And let me just read it, and then we will talk about what to do, how to solve whatever you're dealing with people. So he says, "Now every man in the world is rooted in you who look out and see the world. Every man is rooted in me. He ends in me as I am rooted in and end in God. Because he is rooted in me, he cannot bear other than the nature the root allows. So he is in me, and any changes desired in the outer world can be brought about only if I change the source of the thing I see growing in my world. So don't judge it, because you are the source of the thing that you are beholding." This is such an important thing to understand, because here when he says don't judge it, what is meant is that don't take it, for example, personally. Don't make it mean that then you are a bad person, or that they are the bad person, or that the economy is bad, or that that person is bad for you. What you need to do instead is to take that as the person being you pushed out, basically, just like your specific person. The person is being you pushed out, so they can't behave in any other way than the source allows. The source is your assumption. The person, people, everyone in your world cannot be different than you are assuming. So, this is a good lecture to read for anyone who wants to really understand revision and the way it works. Wonderful lecture. It's called, again, The Pruning Shears of Revision. I am going to tell you what to do, something that I have learned again from Neville Goddard, and I have tried it myself in different scenarios while manifesting different things. And it is revising on the spot. So your friend is telling you that the person that you are in love with is no good for you, you should find someone better, etc., etc. Instead of letting it mess with your emotions, starting to doubt yourself and your person and your manifestation and whether it's good or bad, etc. Stop. That's judging. That's the judging that Neville Goddard talks about. Stop doing that. Instead, as they are talking, you hear them say something else. Make it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. And it is actually easier than it sounds, and you just need to try it to see. Please let me know in the comments after you try this and your thoughts and your experience with it. And also those of you who have tried, tell me in the comments what experience you have had it with this, with revising on the spot, because it helps people, other people who are reading the comments. It inspires people to really continue, persist, commit to it, and to not give up on their manifestation. So as they are talking, you already have their voice right there. So you can use their voice to hear them say, "I am so happy to see you guys happy together. Oh, the economy is so good. Everything is going so well. It's so easy to make money currently. Oh my God, you are looking so good. You have lost the weight that you wanted to lose. You are looking fantastic. You are looking so healthy. You seem to have so much energy." And this is going on in your mind while maybe in the 3D they are telling you, "Oh my God, you look so tired. How are you?" And that's the place to say, "Oh, everything is okay. I'm working on it. You make up something in that moment that, "Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. I'll think about it." Don't get immersed in the conversation about how things are bad. Don't do that. So instead, revise on the spot. This is going to be the same thing that you will do with people who are rude to you. Instead of starting an argument, revise what they said, because with someone who is rude to you and you start an argument, well, if in that moment you just burst out, you do you. It's okay. You can do the revision later. But if you start an argument, you're just feeding into this scenario or story that that person is rude to you, or that people are just treating you in that way, and then you have to defend yourself, and it will be a lot of back and forth that you really don't want more of. So someone is rude to you, remember your power. Remember that they couldn't be rude to you if you didn't have an assumption that allowed them. Therefore, as the best solution, the best thing you can do in that moment, hear them be nice to you. Hear them really be nice to you, and repeat that a couple of times and let it go. Later, when you remember the 3D scenario, you do the same thing. That's not what happened. You change it in your mind. With time, your mind will have to, no, not with time. Time is not the best word to use in manifestation. With practice, maybe I should say, your mind gets used to the new things that you are making it think, instead of dwelling on what happened. And then that has to manifest. Also with people who are rude, also with people who are negative. Another thing that you can do is, when someone is bringing you bad news, if that is really causing negative emotions, you're really feeling bad, ask yourself, why am I feeling this bad? Is it because I believe that? Mostly it's because you believe that, and you fear that it's true, and you fear that it's going to happen. So it's just about changing the story, just like you do with any other manifestation. But with this type of situation where you're dealing with people who are constantly bringing you the news that what you want is not true and what you don't want is true, revision on the spot. Revise. And you may have to do it constantly, 1,000,000 times a day. If you have to do it, it's okay. Do the work. It will be a lot of work for a couple of days, but you will see it become less and less and less, because your mind manifests only what you give it. So if you give your mind what other people bring to you, and you dwell on it, and you feel it, and you think it, and you overthink it, you overanalyze it, you are giving your mind that. If a person comes to you with a really bad news or very negative story about how bad everything is, or your specific person, or oh, it's so difficult to lose weight, or economy is so bad, or whatever, if you don't take that and assume that for yourself, it's going to stop right here. It's going to stop before it enters your mind. And with revision on the spot, you give your mind what you actually want to be true. And your mind only knows what you give to it, not what other people bring. Even Joseph Murphy actually often says that if you don't program your subconscious mind, other people will. And other people can only do that if you allow their negative stories to sink in. If you just stop it there, like, no, this is not anymore. Like, yeah, maybe once I believed that this was true, or whatever. We don't even need to go that far. Nope, not my story, not true, not what you said. What you said was that, fill in the blank. So train your mind to be the creator that it is, or train yourself maybe to be the creator that you are, instead of reacting to things. This is a lot about creating instead of reacting, or manifesting instead of reacting. So that's how you deal with people in your reality. And you know, this is just a very immediate way of doing it. You can also just sit and affirm or imagine that person being differently or economy being different. But this is very immediate. It happens, you do it as it happens, and nothing changes the 3D as fast as not reacting to it and changing it on the spot. It really works like magic, but you need to do it. Do it every time it's needed. Do this. Let me know how it goes. I am really excited to hear your success stories and what you manifest and how your experiences with these techniques that I talk about on this channel. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more videos like this where I talk about manifestation, keeping it simple and very practical so that you can take what I am teaching and apply it to your manifestations right away. And see you in the next video.